Before servicing the P50, disconnect the pipework connecting the piston heads. Ensure that the tubes for both the inlet and outlet are removed before proceeding. Once the pipework is disconnected, unscrew the upper check valve holder from the piston assembly. In some instances, the check valve cartridge may remain in the upper head. You can remove this using tweezers. Follow the same procedure to remove the lower check valve. In this case, the check valve cartridge will remain in the holder and can be removed by turning it upside down. With the check valves removed, dismantle the piston head by unscrewing the 4 dome nuts on the face of the piston housing. Once the dome nuts are removed, you can slide the head forward to reveal the sapphire piston and seals. This action will expose the internal components, allowing for inspection and maintenance. Note: ensure that the piston head is retracted straight without any twisting, as the piston is fragile and can break easily. Be aware that the seal may create some resistance when removing the housing. A used seal is usually retained on the piston. However, in some cases, it may remain in the piston head and need to be removed with a tool like an O-ring pick. Once the sprung seal is exposed, it can be carefully removed. Use a suitable tool to gently pry the seal from its position, taking care not to damage any surrounding components. Note: in some instances, the seals may be difficult to remove. If this occurs, try rotating the seal while pulling it forward to ease its removal. The peak seal can now be easily removed from the sapphire piston. Gently remove it, taking care not to damage the piston in the process. To reassemble the pump, start by placing the peak back up onto the piston. Next, add the energized sprung seal, ensuring the spring faces towards you. Note: the seals can also be installed directly into the piston head. Ensure that the spring of the energized seal faces the internal cavity, followed by the peak back up. For replacing the piston head, lubricate the internal cavity with ethanol or isopropanol. Once lubricated, slide the piston assembly over the piston. Note: ensure the piston head is aligned straight when reinstalling, as the sapphire piston is fragile and can break. Some resistance may occur due to the seal. Replace the 4 dome nuts and tighten the piston head to the pump plate using a 3/8" spanner. Make sure each nut is securely fastened to ensure proper assembly and prevent any leaks or malfunctions during operation. Before reinstalling the check valves, ensure the arrows are aligned with the flow direction. For the bottom check valve, the arrow should point towards the ceiling. Place the check valve into the holder and screw it back onto the piston head, tightening it with a 9/16" spanner. Finally, install the top check valve into the piston head, ensuring the arrow is aligned with the flow direction. The arrow should again point towards the ceiling. Screw the check valve holder into the head and tighten it with a 9/16" spanner. The pump has now been fully serviced and is ready to be reconnected to the system. Ensure all components are securely in place and all connections are properly tightened. Once reconnected, test the pump to verify it is functioning correctly and there are no leaks or issues. This completes the servicing process, and the pump should now operate efficiently within the system.